Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to another live stream Saturday. I hope you've all had a fantastic week and that your weekend has started well as well. Let me get you guys up on screen instantly because we've had a lot of people in the house before we even started, so thank you everyone for tuning in so early. And we've got Lucy and Carla in there moderating already, and Doug and Billy's in there as well, Deborah, Lynn, Lulu, Patrick, Jennifer, and Velvet, and Frank, and Sue, and Mary's in there. Hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight. And with the screen that I'm looking at, the letters and the type is really small because unfortunately when I opened up the Chrome browser, on one side I need it to be a bigger type and on the other side it then won't get any bigger for some reason. I don't know why. So if I do read out some of the messages later on in this live stream and I struggle to read them, it's just because the type is really small. I can just about make out you guys in there as Laurie goes through as well. Massive shout out to the moderators. Thank you guys so much for doing such a great job on these live streams. So let me get the names of my patrons up on screen as well because they make this all possible. And throughout the stream, the names should go across. Sometimes it stops at Velvet's name, and I think unfortunately now it's reached a point where the whole software is struggling in order to get the names going across the well, there's so many names going across the screen that it can't really load them up. So if there are any names missing, and it's probably towards the end, then I apologize. I might have to make the list a little bit shorter or find a workaround to get all of the names over on Patreon onto the live streams. But there are over 300 names, so I think it is making the software work. And it might be the case that if it showed all the names, then the whole stream might then collapse. But we will see what happens in the future. I'll try and do a workaround, but it might be the fact that we just have to find some names that can be reduced, or maybe just have a particular tier level. I don't know, something that I'll probably ask you guys over on Patreon for your input on the list at the bottom of the screen. But for the time at the moment, we're just fitting on as many names as we can, and thank you guys so much for all of your support over on Patreon and just for making everything possible on these live streams with the analysis videos, everything possible on the channel as well. So let's get the likes up on screen because this is something that sometimes goes a little bit wonky at the beginning, but while the intro was playing, I was rushing around trying to get the likes all lined up, and we can see we are at 113 likes already. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. Now is a great time to hit that thumbs up. If you haven't used your thumbs up token, it would be much appreciated if you could do that. We are going to be aiming for 320 likes tonight. That's going to be the target. And the pick roulette target for next week, next Saturday, is going to be 330. So that's what we're aiming for tonight in order to have a pick roulette next week. And for some reason, I just decided to make it blue to make it stand out a little bit. So the pick roulette's likes target is 330, and hopefully you can read that on the screen. But we will just try and get up to 320 just for the standard likes, which we did manage to achieve on Tuesday. So we had an influx of likers on Tuesday night, and we'll see if we can get the same influx going on the Saturday night as well. We're already up to 123. I always point it out when that happens, and it's gone up to 126. So that was very short-lived, but thank you everyone for hitting the thumbs up and getting us motoring towards 320 by the end of the live stream, fingers crossed. So I'll get rid of that picks roulette and bring the super chat up on screen as well, because as always there's been some action in there before the stream even started. So thank you guys so much for that. And I'm going to have to scroll up to make sure that I get through everybody. And let's have a look. We had a $2 donation from Kevin really early on. Thank you for that, Kevin. That was at 7 minutes to midnight yesterday. And I did set up the stream a little bit earlier last night So this is probably the earliest donation because it's over a day away now. So thank you for this, Kevin. And the message is spike the likes with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Kevin. And let me have a plug of the mug while you guys are spiking the likes. And as it is the Saturday live stream, I have the monochrome mug tonight. And you guys can get your hands on one of those over at teespring.com. Type in Wings of Pegasus, you'll be able to find the t-shirts, the hoodie that's up there as well. There's 2 mugs, and this is what I'm calling now the Saturday version, but it just has on the front, hopefully you can read it, let's see how they get on, and on the other side it says, and there we have it. And this was voted for over on Facebook, and this is the Wings of Pegasus supporters page over on Facebook. Thank you guys for discussing which mug or the design of mug that you wanted to see, and that's the one that we did come up with, or you guys came up with, and then I did that all on Teespring, so thank you for that. And just to mention that we are going to be taking a look at some of the pictures uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, which you guys can join in with if you want to. This is where Vince hosts the after party after these live streams, but also it's where you guys can upload your pictures. And we are going to have a smorgasbord of pictures later on, and all you can eat of pictures, because there have been quite a few uploaded, which we will get through, and there might be 1 or 2 that I missed on a previous live stream, so I'll be able to address those later on, and that'll be after we've gone through the video request of the cover video for tonight's live stream, so we will get through that. But let's get back into the super chat window, because we did have another donation from Orlando, which has been $5. Thank you for this, Orlando. The message is, I will be watching an American football game, Clemson versus Notre Dame, and may be absent for this live stream. Still, spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando, the donation, but also for tuning in at 17 minutes past 2 this morning in order to make that donation. And we'll have to find out who Orlando is supporting in that match. But thank you for hitting that thumbs up so early on, and you guys can still be doing that in that live chat room. Let's get those likes up as high as possible, as early as possible, and see if we can get up to 320 by the end of the live stream. But we've had another donation from Marilyn of $5. Thank you for that, Marilyn. And this was at 3:05 this afternoon. The message is, hi Phil, you are amazing. We'll be part of the catch-up crew. Have fun with a heart. So thank you for that, Marilyn. And this is the other thing, that if you are watching this after the fact and catching up with it, you can still hit the thumbs up. Unfortunately, I won't be able to reference you because it won't be live, but just for reference yourselves, if you're watching this live, then it will have to be at 12 or 9 minutes past midnight in the UK, which is Greenwich Mean Time. So if you do your calculations and it isn't that, then unfortunately it's not live. But the good thing is that you can tune in to the next live stream on Tuesday or the same time next Saturday, and then you will be able to catch it live, because I always go live at the same time. So you can just set it on your calendar or just set an alarm for it, and then you'll be able to see the next live stream if you are watching this. But thank you again to all you guys who are watching it on catch up as well, because every single like really does make a difference, even after the live stream has gone out there and you guys are watching it after it's been live. So thank you for that. And Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for this, Lisa. The message is, happy Saturday, Wingers. Phil, congrats on 154,000 subs. Y'all have fun while I'm working. Catch you later. Rock, with some rock horns or thumbs up. And peace. So thank you for that, Lisa. And I hope that the time at work passes really quickly. But thank you for sending in that donation and the message. And again, Lisa's one of those who will be catching up with it, but also that was sent in at 23 minutes past 7 this evening. So thank you for that. And a whole load of early donations. Thank you guys so much. And Marilyn donated again, and it's for $2. Thank you for this. Marilyn, the message is, congrats on your next In at the Deep End challenge with a heart. So thank you for that. And you guys over on Patreon are in the loop as to what's going on with that at the moment. it's set, or at least penciled in, for Wednesday. That's when I'm going to be doing, or at least recording, the next In at the Deep End with the guest for this month, who's going to be Daniel Donato, who I have done an analysis on in the past of his guitar playing. I think he was just doing a bit of a jam, but it's quite a while ago now, so you can check out Daniel's playing on the channel here somewhere. But he will be performing with me on In at the Deep End for this month, and I'm not sure when that video will get released. I have to obviously edit it all together and all that kind of stuff, but it's great to be teaming up with Daniel for this month's show. So Marilyn has donated again after the last donation, so thank you for that. It's a $5 donation. The message is, "Hi Phil, what is your favourite song on your album?" with a heart, and then "gotta run for now." And there's a picture of something which I can't see. Oh, it looks like maybe a trainer or a sneaker, as you call it over in the USA. Thank you for that, Marilyn. And the favourite song on my album, it tends to vary. Sometimes I have a favourite one day, and then another day I have another favourite. So because they're all pretty much the same to me, I think it's really difficult to choose between your songs. But I will choose Percy Johnson, and half the reason behind that is because that's going to be played, the first video for tonight's live stream. So what I will do is I'll play that video now, and you guys can have a listen to it. It's going to be the lyric video version of it, and I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing, but then we'll be back into the super chat window after this video has played, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Beyond London
and I think I disappeared there for a second, but hopefully I'm back. Thank you for requesting that over on Patreon, because I did see that it was requested over there, and just to have a quick look to see, it was Kevin who requested Percy Johnson, but also it just happened to pop up in that donation as well. And thank you guys for answering my request for requests over on Patreon. And let me get everything organized on the screen, and let me get you guys back on screen as well, because we can have a quick look into the live chat room. I did see Mario in the house, and there he is. Hello, Mario. And everyone say a huge hello to Mario. He should be going through the screen coming up, and there he goes. So hello, Mario. Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody say a huge hello to Mario. That's what we do on these live streams. And also we have Neil moderating in the house as well. And Neil's name will be going through as well as Laurie's name. And this is it, that I can see the names a little bit before they appear on screen. So I know that Laurie's about to appear in the live chat room. So thank you guys for doing all of the moderating, and Carla's in there as well, whose name you will see, like the other two moderators, have a wrench next to their name, and their name's in blue, so you know that they are the moderators. But let's get back into the super chat window, because we have had some more donations in there. Thank you guys for all of the early donations and donations during the live stream as well. Danny has donated $5. Thank you for that, Danny. The message is, Phil, with your talent and production ability, you should remake Maggie May. It be awesome. It be bigger than anything on social media. I really believe this. So thank you for the kind words, Danny. And it isn't something that I have thought about doing yet, but maybe in the future, you never know. I think in order to do it the same as Rod, I'd need to maybe get a little bit of a huskier voice and a little bit more rasp going on there. But thank you, Danny, for that. And Deborah has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is, I received my copy of Persistence yesterday. Thanks, Phil. Turned it up to 11 with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Deborah, and for ordering that from the website in the first place. Now, with lockdown happening here in the UK, I'm not sure how soon CDs will be able to get over to wherever you are, whether it be in the USA or other European countries. So I will keep on trying to send them out, and they might take a little bit longer because the UK is on lockdown here for the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to be, I think, December, early December, so probably about 4 weeks. So if you have ordered a CD on the website, it might take a little bit longer to get to you, but I am still going to be sending those out from here. And whenever a CD is ordered, this is where they come from. And if it's a signed one, then I sign it and send it off. So it might take a little bit of time, because it might just be that Royal Mail aren't really moving as quickly because of the COVID situation. But thank you so much, Deborah, for ordering that and turning it up to 11. That's the only way to listen to it. Also, Michael has donated $10. Thank you for that, Michael. The message is, the election feedback loop is over. A shout out to responsible media for using mathematical certainty to make calls. Just a few jumped the gun. Now maybe I can practice a little. So thank you for that, Michael. And last live stream, which was on Tuesday, we had a little bit of political talk, but somebody asked me about politics and stuff. But I think for the future, moving forward, there'll be no political speak. But here in the UK is widely reported on, because it is such a huge thing, the election over in the USA. And I do believe earlier on that I saw that Biden won. So I know that there's a lot of controversy about it, but well done to him. And I don't know what it's like over in the USA, but being in the UK is certainly reported on quite a lot. But thank you for that donation, Michael. And let me just scroll down and make sure I don't miss anybody as well, because Nora101, who is Rene, has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, I'm so glad you found another participant for In at the Deep End. So am I, because I've been sending out a lot of emails, and it is one of those things that a lot of people don't feel comfortable doing because you're playing over a backing track that you've never heard before, and it's very rare that you ever do that in your whole music career. You always know the key of what you're playing over the top of. So it is a little bit unique and a little bit of in at the deep end. That's just the easiest way to say what it is. It literally is in at the deep end. And no matter the level with which you play to or can play at, it's always going to be the same for everybody when you're playing over something you haven't heard before. So it's great that Daniel's going to be joining me for this month. I'm going to keep on throwing out the emails so that hopefully we'll have one at least once a month, and I'll book in another one for December. Obviously, if you guys want to stay in the loop, over on Patreon is the place to be involved, and I do updates there, and you guys know that I post updates. Even when I don't do videos, I will be posting an update on how things are going and how the emails are going and who's responded and who hasn't responded. And just in case you guys want to know the address for Patreon, there it is, patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. So that's where I update everything and keep you guys in the loop. Obviously on YouTube I can't really do that because I just do the videos and can't really post every night on the wall of YouTube and that kind of stuff. There might be an option to do that, but I just spend all my time over on Patreon keeping you guys in the loop over there. So if you want to get involved yourselves, head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. You can direct message me over there. I was going to say you can direct message me directly, but I think the direct message kind of gives it away. But if you want to get involved over there, you can do, and that's the address that you need to go to. And this is where the people at the bottom of the screen, they are supporting me over there, make everything possible on this channel. So they are the people to thank for this live stream and just every analysis video and every video on this channel. You guys in the super chat window as well. I know that some of you do pop over from Patreon and also appear in the super chat window. So thank you guys for your support, not only on Patreon, but during the live streams as well. So let me get that off the screen, and we will return to the super chat window because we have had a few more donations in there. Lucy has donated $4.99. Thank you for this, Lucy. The message is, howdy Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers, spike the likes y'all with a thumbs up. Rock horns, heart, and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. Where are we at with the likes? 209. So we are making our way up, and you can still spike those likes now if you want to. Almost 25 minutes past midnight here. 25 minutes into the live stream already, and 210 likes. So 110 to go in order to hit the target for tonight. We'll see how we get on collectively. And Sherry has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Sherry. The message is, hi Phil, rock, with some rock horns. And King Nero has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, thank you Phil for being a wonderful distraction during the times like these. Oh, and mods for keeping our area nice. So thank you for that, King Nero. Another big shout out to the moderators as well. Carl is in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Carl. The message is, howdy, wedding gig went well. I got paid at least, so for the usual or takeout. So thank you for that, Carl. And for you people not in the loop from the last live stream, Carl was performing or going to perform at a wedding gig, so it went well, which is great. And any gig that you get paid for is a good gig, because here in the UK, if you're playing original music, you're not going to get paid, unfortunately, but weddings is probably a good place to go, because then you can play covers and receive a fee from the people who are actually booking you for the wedding. So good job, Carl, and good to hear that it went well. And we've had a donation from TZZ, who has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, T. That's just going to be an easier way to refer to the username. The message is, just wanted to say you deserve much more subs based on your content. Keep it up. It's always interesting and insightful watching your videos. So thank you for that, T. And I think personally that 154,000 subscribers is plenty, and any more it would be great, but at the moment we've just got a great bunch here in the live streams as well. Such a great community. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up and for subscribing as well, and hitting the bell notification icon and all that kind of stuff, because it, I think, encourages other people to subscribe as well, especially when a lot of people start doing it. So thank you everyone for subscribing to the channel as well. Frank has donated $5. Thank you for this, Frank. It is a straight up donation. And we've had another one coming in from Lila, who has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. The message is, Phil, what do you do to just chill out and have a bit of fun? So this is a question that has come up before, but generally I pick up my guitar. If I'm not in here and I'm just in my bedroom, I've got my first ever guitar, which is a Tanglewood Nevada, but that is in my room, and I just pick that up, maybe play a little bit on that. I tend not to kind of play songs. I just tend to play and practice techniques while I'm watching TV or something. So watching TV again, but I'd say more so watching movies. That's something that I like to do, but I tend to watch them about half an hour at a time because I'm busy doing stuff. But if I do have a chance to watch a movie the whole way through, then that's great as well, because I have bought a projector so that in my room on my wall I can project the image, and it's like having a 90-inch TV on my wall. And I've painted the wall grey as well, so it's like having a projector screen on the wall. Pretty similar to what I've done in here. So you can see that the wall behind me is green, and I painted that in order to make it into a green screen. And then in my bedroom, I painted the wall grey in order to make it good for a projected image. So movies is a big thing. Also playing games, I like to do that. When I was a kid, we got a Sega Master System. It was just when games were picking up. Initially, we had the tennis game where the lines went either side of the TV, and you had to stop the ball from going behind the line, and that was the first computer game that I had. And ever since then, I've been into computer games. So, in short, guitar, even though I guess guitar you can't really count. So away from music, computer games, movies, and golf as well. Golf is a game that I pretty much get addicted to because it's really difficult, and I've always mentioned about Alice Cooper. I totally get where he comes from with golf, because it is addictive, because it's so difficult, and I like things that are really difficult to do. So it's a game that really speaks to me on a personal level, or at least a level where I want to try and get better at it. But it does take a long time to play golf, but it's also probably not a good game to take on or pick up in the UK because of the weather. And usually if it's raining, then that's bad news, and then it's too cold as well. So probably better to play over in the USA, for example. I know that in Florida it's a really nice place to play golf because you can literally go out and play as much as you like. But here, unfortunately, that's not the case. But I would like to get really good at playing golf, even though it does take a while. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation. Lila and Debbie has donated $4.99. Thank you for this, Debbie. The message is, coffee tastes so much better in my new Wings of Pegasus cup. Who knew? With some rock horns. So thank you for that, Debbie, and a good plug of the mug there as well. And when we say cup here in the UK, it means a teacup, which is a lot smaller and it's got a tiny little handle, and they jokingly in movies sometimes hold it with a little finger pointed up like that, and they kind of hold the cup because it's a lot smaller, whereas a mug is a lot bigger. So it's definitely a mug. This is what we call a mug over here in the UK. It's a lot bigger than a cup. And I think with coffee, you can have really small mugs or cups. and you can have like an espresso, which is in a tiny little thing. I don't know whether that's still called a mug, it's just a really small mug, or whether they then call that a cup. Anyway, a cup of tea is where it comes from, because generally you have your cup of tea in this very small cup and you drink it out of there, but I have a mug of tea. Anyway, thank you, Debbie, for buying a mug and starting the conversation on mugs that I just randomly started to go into. But thank you, Vince, as well, has donated $5. Thank you for this, Vince. And the message is, Phil, some people in the live chat are wondering about the drum set behind you. So, thank you, Vince, for that. And I'm not sure what you will be wondering about, but it is a Roland electric drum kit. So it means that I'm not sure if I've explained this before. I probably have in other live streams, but you can connect it via MIDI to the computer so that it's triggering sounds in the computer, and you can pretty much get it to trigger whatever you want because it's a MIDI drum kit. But anyway, you can also, I don't think you can see, but I've got a Logitech speaker attached to it so that you can turn on the speaker so that you can hear the drums while you're playing rather than having to put on headphones the whole time. So that's something that I did to the drum kit to make it audible just when you're practicing. But then if you want to have headphones on, you can. If you want to patch it through as MIDI into the computer, then you can as well. So yeah, and it's called a VR drums. So it's actually V drums. It's not virtual reality drums. I'm sure people who've got it know what I'm talking about, but it's V drums kit, and yeah, it's good. Sometimes I do occasionally get some people that ask about the background behind me because they think that it's a green screen for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why you'd have a green screen and an image with a green screen on the image, but as you guys know from my cover videos, this is the room that I film those in as well, and I just set everything up in front of the green screen in order to then chroma key it out for the videos. So yes, this is the room that is actually real, and if you can actually see the reflection of everything in the background as well in the mirror. It's not a mirror, it's the window of the door there. So yes, if this was a green screen image behind me, that would be one hell of a key, which is what it's called when you put an image behind you. Generally, the chroma key goes mental with my hair because you see all these tiny little gaps between my hair and the background. When I'm chroma keying, it has real difficulty trying to know whether that's hair or whether it's the background. So I don't sometimes get a good key because of my hair being a little bit too fluffy. It would be better if it was just straight and didn't have any frizz to it, but unfortunately not the best hair for chroma keying. But anyway, thank you, Vince, for that donation, and everyone talking about the drum set in the live chat room as well. And Kevin has donated $5. Thank you for this, Kevin. And it's Canadian dollars as well. The message is, keep it up with the guy exercising. So thank you for that, Kevin. Sue has donated $20 as well. Thank you for this, Sue. The message is, so excited for In at the Deep End #2 rock. So am I. So thank you, Sue, for that. Looking forward to it. Deborah has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Deborah. The message is, aloha and hug from Hawaii. So Deborah tuning in from Hawaii, hello. I don't know what the weather is like there, but here in the UK, unfortunately, is back to the cold time of year. The last 2 nights, I think 2 nights ago it was -2 and maybe -1, -2, around that kind of area. Maybe last night, or that might have been 3 nights ago. Anyway, it's cold. So I think it's not quite as cold tonight. It doesn't seem like it is, but still cold enough to keep everything zipped up and keep your hoodies on and try and stay as warm as possible. But maybe in Hawaii, you don't have the cold weather like here in the UK. I don't know. From what I've seen, pictures of Hawaii, it looks pretty sunny over there. And another good place for golf, if they do have golf courses there. They must do. I don't know how big even Hawaii is, but they must have some kind of golf courses over there. Anyway, thank you, Deborah, for that donation. And Chango Chilemba has donated £5 as well. Thank you for this, Chango. The message is, Phil, I think you'd do a great cover of Don't Fear the Reaper or Brothers in Arms with some rock horns. So thank you for the kind words. And this is something that I haven't done either of those songs yet. And certainly with Don't Fear the Reaper, that would be a huge one to take on, as well as maybe I'd have to email Buck to let him know that I was going to be covering one of his songs, because yes, Buck Dharma, by the way, I'm talking about, from Blue Oyster Cult. He invited me to go along when they were touring here in the UK, because they had a gig in London, and that was at the Apollo. So massive thank you to him, and I do stay in contact with him. I'll probably throw him another email just to see how things are going, because they released their album, or new album, at the beginning of last month. It was October, so maybe I can chat to Buck about that on the channel. I know that he's really busy, and I'm really busy as well. It's just trying to organize our diaries. It's really difficult, but hopefully sometime in the future. Thank you, Chango, for that donation, and Paul has donated $5 as well. Hello, Paul. Thank you for tuning in again. The message is, spike those likes for our happy place. Great idea. Let's have a spike of the likes. Where are we at? 37 minutes past 12 here in the UK. If you haven't used that thumbs up yet, you can use it now. We're at 258 likes. So we are closing in on 320. That is what we're aiming for tonight. And for a pick roulette next Saturday, that is the target. 330. So hopefully you guys can see that. And if we hit that target tonight, make sure that you type I agree in capital letters, because then we will have a roulette next Saturday. The next pick roulette, as you can see in the corner up there, is Tuesday the 10th of November, which is this coming Tuesday. So if you did type I agree at Tuesday's live stream, you will be on that wheel for the pick roulette. Again, massive thank you to Carla for sorting that all out. And as she's just about to go through the live chat room, she says we need 330 likes in order to have that roulette for next week. So get liking, and then we can get rouletting next week. So let me just jump back into the super chat window, and we have Wayne, who has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Wayne. It's a straight up donation. And Kathleen has donated $20 as well. Thank you for that, Kathleen. The message is, great music, great people, great place to be. So massive shout out to the community in that live chat room. Thank you guys for making it such a cool place to be. And if we have any new live stream watchers, just introduce yourselves, say hello to everybody in the live chat room, and they will say hello back to such a great community here, and very well moderated as well. Thank you, moderators, for doing that. Linda Z's in the house and has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Linda. The message is, okay, so because you mentioned golf, how about you give us an update on the recovery of your little finger with a winky face? So people that don't know, I don't know how long it was ago that I caught my finger in a golf buggy while trying to put it together, and it was an electric one, so it meant that it had a heavy battery on it, and it is pretty heavy duty. So it fell down, it smashed into my finger, and I was actually pretty lucky, because I think had it been any sharper of an edge, it would have chopped my finger off. But I was lucky in that it just absolutely squashed my finger, and now I would say I'm going to predict that I'm maybe 2 to 3 weeks from having a relatively normal nail again, because it's still got, the point of impact has now grown. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not going to show it to the camera, throw it at the camera. I'm not going to show it to the camera because it still looks a little bit nasty, because you've got obviously the point of impact where the nail is like this. It's like an M shape, because of whatever hit it just caused it to cave in and squash it. So I have maybe 5 millimeters of normal nail growth, and I probably need another 3 or 4 millimeters, and it will be back to normal, and then it'll start growing out normally as well. So we are getting pretty close. The good thing is it's not hurting anymore, apart from a little bit on the side, but I think that's because the nail is trying to grow and push the skin out the way and go over the top of the skin rather than actually going into the skin. I think that's where a little bit of pain's coming from, but it's not so much that I can't play the guitar, which means it's all good. So thank you, Linda, for that donation. donation. And Sullivan has donated $5. Thank you for this, Sullivan. It's a straight up donation without a message. And King Nero has donated again $10. Thank you for that. And the message is, maybe you know this, but how did George Harrison get the sound on his Wah Wah song to sound clean on some parts, but then gritty on others? So thank you for that. And I'm not sure about exactly what effect George Harrison used, but it's literally just placing an overdrive pedal or distortion pedal between the wah-wah and the amp. If you want to have it between it there, then it means that as soon as you turn on, you can have your wah-wah going on your clean tone, and then as soon as you turn on your distortion pedal, the wah-wah will still be triggered and you can go through your overdrive. And it just depends how you want to set it up, because you might want to have your wah-wah in between your distortion and your overdrive and then the amp as well, so that it means that you can play clean without your overdrive. Hopefully this is making sense. Without your overdrive engaged, so you haven't pressed on that yet. So it means that your guitar's going through the overdrive, but it's not triggered yet. And then if you want to trigger on your wah-wah pedal, then your signal goes through your wah-wah pedal, which means it's getting adjusted before it goes to the amp. Whereas if you then step on your distortion pedal, your guitar is going into your distortion. The distortion is now being added to the sound. The distorted sound is going into the wah-wah pedal. The wah-wah is now being applied to the distorted sound. It's going into the amp and coming out of the amp. So that might be how you want to try and set it up if you're into having pedals and putting them in any order that you want. This is again the whole world of just having sequencing with your pedals, in terms of, for example, you might want to have a chorus sound that you want to have within that loop, that effects loop somewhere. And depending on where you put your pedals, it just determines the effect, because you might want to have a chorus sound being applied after distortion or before the distortion. So yeah, but let's not get into that. Hopefully that makes sense, that you can have it clean if you just put that wah-wah pedal in your effects loop after your distortion and then don't engage your distortion, then you'll have a clean wah-wah sound if you engage your wah-wah. But as most of you guys probably know, I have all of my effects stored in the head. I have a Line 6 HD 150 amp, which has all of that stored in the head. So that means that I can trigger all of my effects just on one pedal board. I just like that a lot more. It's just something that's a bit more simplified. And I've got the wah-wah pedal on that effects unit. So it means that I can change between sounds and then apply the wah-wah as the last effects in the chain, or the last, effectively, the last effects processor of the wah-wah in the effects chain. Anyway, I don't want to get too complicated, but it just means that I can wah-wah any sound that I want. But anyway, thank you for that donation, and apologies for the slightly long explanation. I'm hoping that's going to make sense to some people. But also, let me just scroll up to make sure that I've got everything here, because King Nero, thank you for that. Sullivan has donated again, $5. Thank you so much for that. The message is, Phil, are you a fan of Meatloaf? Would you analyze or cover Meatloaf? So thank you for that. And Meatloaf is here somewhere on the channel, so you can type that in to the search window on YouTube. Just type in British Guitarist analysis and then Meatloaf, and it should come up in the search results, as long as it hasn't been blocked on copyrights. If it doesn't appear, then it's probably been blocked on copyrights, but fingers crossed that it hasn't, because I don't think it did when I uploaded it. I certainly don't remember it getting blocked, but that is one of those that you can type in, have a look at. And I am a fan. It's one of those, I do mention this in the analysis video, so I don't want to kind of repeat myself too much, but we had Bat Out of Hell on tape. There was a tape that also had some Moody Blues on it as well, but a whole mix of different artists and bands that used to be played in my car. And it wasn't my car, it's my parents' car. And they just put the tape on, and Meatloaf was on that tape. So it's a voice of my youth, Meatloaf, and certainly that song is just, even at a young age, I was probably only 8 or 9 years of age, but it's one of those songs that really did stand out as being different and just being a song that I really liked because it was such a story and it had so many different parts to it. But anyway, thank you so much, Sullivan, for that. And you can check out Meatloaf on the channel here somewhere. Terry is in the house. Hello, Terry, and has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. The donation is straight up donation. Thank you. Paul as well, who has donated $5. And Paul says, thank moderators. Good job. So, amen to that, Paul. And Michael has donated $5. Thank you for that, Michael. The message is, I cut my little finger by slamming a car door on it and learned how to play slide guitar. Great fun. So thank you for that, Michael. And this is the thing, that there have been so many guitarists who have injured their hands but have still got on to become just amazing guitarists. So it's something that's really... There have been so many ways and ways to work around playing, as Michael mentions there about playing slide guitar, which technically you would only need one finger to do. It means that you wouldn't be able to do hammer-ons and pull-offs and start to put those in with your slide playing, but nevertheless you can still get a slide on a finger and start playing slide guitar. So there's so many ways to play the guitar that are effective, and so many fantastic players who do actually have a disadvantage, but you wouldn't know it to listen to their playing. Thank you, Michael, for that. And we have Jay William, who has donated $10. Thank you for this. And the message is, love the channel. Thank you for always keeping it interesting. And thank you for the kind words. And no problem. I try and keep it as interesting as possible and throw in as much as I can do to maybe point out things that people might not know about a performance or a video in general, or something about the way that the guitar's being played. But thank you for that donation. Karen is in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, Phil, I've been watching your analysis videos and live streams for some time. I truly appreciate how you teach and remind me musically. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And I know that you have been watching for a very long time. And this is the thing about the live streams. It's great to interact with you guys in a live setting, because I can see you guys who are commenting on the videos, but I can see all of your comments and all of the super chat donations. And this is the other thing, that all of the usernames that go through, I do remember all of you. So thank you for joining me, as I do point out when the names go through the live chat room. I think at some point there might be too many to remember, but we are at a point at the moment where I know all of you guys and your names. So thank you everyone for donating. But also, I do notice when a new name does pop up, a new username. So thank you for anybody who's joining in who is new to the live streams. And also thank you for hitting that thumbs up, because I can see that we are at 298 likes. We have really pushed on with the likes tonight. We are getting close to 300 already. We are at 10 to 1 in the morning here. So we're going to have to roll on a little bit, because we have those pictures to get through as well. So let me just jump into the super chat window quickly, and then we'll get into tonight's cover video as well. And it's Angela who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Angela. The message is, great wah-wah explanation, with a happy face. So I'm glad that it worked out and people might understand how the wah-wah can work in an effects loop. And Music Maiden has donated $5. Thank you for this. The message is, hello Phil, maybe some of the guitar playing wingers here would be willing to jump in at the deep end with you. So thank you for that. And this is something that, yeah, if I keep on getting people that aren't interested in doing it, I have to maybe cast my net a little bit more widely and see who we can get involved. But at the moment, it would be great if I can get some of the guitarists that I've analysed onto the channel as well, because it's something that I'd love to do personally, just to have them on the channel, just full stop. Also just to maybe pick their brains about their guitar playing, maybe about the analysis video that I did, and also just build some bridges as well, because it'd be great to do that as a channel on the whole, because then we can maybe get some more guests on in the future who you guys will know more widely, and it'll certainly make for some really interesting in at the deep end episodes, but we will see. So thank you for that. Paul has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, looking forward to In at the Deep End with Daniel Donato. So thank you for that. So am I, as I've already mentioned. Cher has donated $9.99. Thank you for that. The message is, good times here in the USA, celebrating our new president and Vice President Joe and Kamala. Can you give a shout out if you want? So thank you for that. And I know the president's name, Joe Biden, but I'm not sure who Kamala is. I haven't really kept up to speed with it all. And thank you for that donation. It's not something that I can really get into in depth because I don't know about the political side of things over there. So I don't know about giving or who to give a shout out to, but just it's something that I thought it was going to be decided on Tuesday night. So then I tuned in on Tuesday morning and I was up till maybe 4 or 5 in the morning whilst doing other messages and things on the internet. And I have to do a lot of messages and Patreon and YouTube and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So I'm up pretty late in the morning, but I thought it was going to get decided then. I didn't realize that it then goes on for X amount of days. And then you actually find out whenever, I think it was maybe yesterday or was it today that it was decided. I haven't kept track on it, but we now know. So thank you, Cher, for that. Kay has donated $10. Thank you for that, Kay. The message is, would you consider doing an In at the Deep End with a person who plays bass guitar or any other instrument? So thank you for that, Kay. And the thing about bass is that there's already going to be bass on the backing track, and this has been brought up before over on Patreon, that playing with a bassist, they don't tend to practice playing over a bassist, and there'll be 2 bass lines going on, so it might get a little bit muddy in order to hear the bass that's being played and the bass that's being played on the backing track. And I would tend to, I mean, there's no reason why somebody who plays keys can't join in, because that is one of those instruments that's going to be sitting more in that mid frequency range, so it's going to pop out a little bit more compared to the bass. And yeah, so bass guitar isn't something that I've thought about at the moment because there is already bass on the backing track that we're playing over the top of, and the bassist is going to be setting the key. That is very much what people listen out for when they're trying to deduce what the key is, because if the bass isn't in there, it means that we're jamming along to just drums and maybe keys if that's the other instrument, but the keys can also play a voicing of a chord in relation to the bass. So if they're playing a voicing of a chord, we still might not get the key from just the keys. We need that bass line in there. So it's something that might not be applicable. But thank you, Kay, for that donation. And Patrick has donated $10 as well. Thank you so much for that. The message is, hi Phil, hey, I've been watching music react to Luciano Pavarotti, and I wanted to know your opinion on the influence of Pavarotti and opera in general to popular music, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Patrick. And this could go on all year, me trying to explain, but generally, as I do refer to maybe on my Pavarotti video, I think it might be on that one where I mentioned about the vibrato in opera being really wide when compared with popular music, which is more tightly based and isn't going to cover a wide pitch. And the range of pitch that is covered in opera is very dramatic, and in musical theatre as well is slightly less dramatic, but still quite dramatic when you compare it to pop music. And when you start comparing pop music and just pop singers, you'll notice how subtle the vibrato is when compared with opera. But you do have some singers who do start to apply a slightly wider vibrato in pop music, and these singers tend to stand out a bit more because they are by nature more dramatic, because that's what opera is all about, the drama of the story that you're watching. So when a pop artist has a wider vibrato, it is more dramatic. They tend to stand out more vocally than other pop artists who don't have a wide vibrato. But that is where I'm going to have to leave it, Patrick, but thank you for that donation and the question. Cindy's in the house and has donated $5, and it's a straight up donation. Thank you for that, Cindy. And Deborah has donated $5 as well. The message is, my cat, Ice-T, is up on my desk waiting for Phil to sing. So thank you for that, Deborah. And Ice-T, that's a great name for a cat. And I think Ice-T might be waiting for a while because just singing in the live streams isn't something that I've done before. Maybe I might have done a demonstration of something on the live streams, I can't remember. But I've certainly done it in analysis videos, but not in the live streams. So Ice-T unfortunately is going to have to wait for a while. Maybe Ice-T's waiting for a video, so I will play that now. The cover video that was requested, and this has been requested by Mary quite a lot, or should I say for quite a long time. She has been asking for this cover of Iris that I did, so finally we have got there. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. Sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Whenever there's a made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. The tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your eyes, when everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Whenever there's a made to be broken, I just want you to know who I
And there we have it. That was my version of Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, of course. And thank you, Mary, as well, for requesting that one for so long. We did finally get there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And let me get you guys back up on screen because we have some huge news. The likeometer has passed by quite a way. Actually, not only the likes for tonight, the 320, but we have hit the target for the pick roulette. So that means that we are going to be having a roulette next week. Type in the live chat room. Now is going to be a great time to do it because it means that Carla can see all of the names going through. And type in the live chat room, I agree, and do it in capital letters as well. You can include the emoticon thumbs up if you want to, in order to be entered into next week's pick roulette. So have a little type into that live chat room if you agree, and we will be having a pick roulette next week. We don't have one tonight because last Saturday we didn't quite make that target. We were close, but we didn't quite get there, whereas we have absolutely smashed the target tonight. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up so early in the live stream. It has just gone past 1 a.m. here. So we are getting close to wrapping things up, but we've hit our targets, and you can keep on hitting that thumbs up if you do get a chance. It would be much appreciated. It helps this live stream to get out there, but also for the channel to grow as a whole, and it means that we can get even more people involved with a chance to pick up a Wings of Pegasus pick. And let me try and find, I always have one to hand. I think I've actually put the one that I normally pick up in my guitar because I was using it the other day. But here it is, the Wings of Pegasus pick that is given away. Oh, that was a great bit of aiming there by me holding up to the camera. But there we go, and that's me signing it on the back. And that's what you can receive. If you type I agree, you'll be part of the roulette next week. And congratulations everybody that's won so far. If you do want to see all of the guides, regulations, information, Carla did post that up on Facebook, but you can also go to wingsofpegasus.com and go to the live stream section, and in there you'll have all of the information to do with picking up a Wings of Pegasus pick and the live stream guidelines, all that kind of stuff. So you can head over there in order to just understand it a little bit more. One thing to point out is that if your name is chosen in the pick roulette, if your name is landed on, then you have to be in the live chat room in order to contact Carla. If you're not in the live chat room, then you won't be able to pick it up. So it is going to be an opportunity that only lasts as long as the live stream. So make sure that you are in the live stream to pick up your pick if you have won it. And like I said, congratulations everyone who has a Wings of Pegasus pick so far, because they are definitely a rare thing. Let's get into the super chat window because we've had a bit of action in there, and let me scroll up to make sure I don't miss anything going on. And Jill has donated $5. Thank you for that, Jill. The message is, hi Phil, please consider an analysis of Blackfoot's Highway song. Thanks. Also, let's keep spiking the likes, with a smiley face and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Jill, and I will add that to my list. And I do have the list on my phone, so it's something that I'll do. If we play another video, I can literally add it as the video is being played. But thank you for that, Jill. And Liz has donated $25. Thank you so much for that, Liz. The message is, hi Phil, love your wooden music, like electric too. So thank you for that and the kind words. And by wooden, Liz is referring to the acoustic that I was playing in that last video, but just acoustic in general. But also the electric guitar solo in there, I kind of shoehorned that in, as you guys probably noticed it just went randomly electric just for the solo, but I couldn't help it. Thank you, Liz, for that. Patty has donated $5. Thank you for this, Patty. And the message is, thanks for all you do and cheering us up in the COVID mess. Here in Florida, the numbers are still a nightmare. Your live streams and vids always make me smile. So thank you for that, Patty. And I'm not sure if that is Florida, but hopefully that is FL stands for Florida, maybe. I'm kind of guessing, and that could be Finland. I don't know, but thank you, Patty, for that. And Ray is in the house. Thank you so much for this donation, Ray, of $100. A crazy donation, but massively appreciated. The message is, Phil, I particularly love your Iris cover. I do love the Goo Goo Dolls version, but it was your cover that inspired me to cover the song. I sing the first verse where you sing the second, at least for right now. Thank you for the inspiration. So thank you, Ray, and for the kind words, and no problem. And it's great that you sing along as well, because that is what it's all about. Singing along, enjoying yourself, and music is just all about enjoyment. And people that do play music and don't enjoy it don't tend to play music for very long. They either give up playing the instrument that they're learning on or give up singing. It's all about enjoyment. So that is great to hear, Ray. Thank you for that donation. And Kay has donated $5. Again, thank you for this, Kay. And the message is, can you ever have too much vibrato? And this is totally subjective as to how much vibrato you like or you don't like. And I've demonstrated it in analysis videos before, but there does tend to be a vibrato that encapsulates so much pitch that you're not really sure where the note is. So, giving an example, if I'm holding a note and going, up, you can hear exactly where that note is, where the pitch is. If I go, and now I'm moving the pitch just down and up. That's it, very slowly. So that is still palatable and tends to be more the case in pop music. When you get into musical theatre, you then have you can hear a bit more of a wobble. Opera is more and now I'm going above the note. Like that. Anyway, you can keep taking that as high as you want, but it'll end up sounding like this. So I'm covering so much pitch. I'm going, so you're not actually getting a note that you can relate the vibrato to. And dare I say, there are some opera singers who have such a wide vibrato that you can't really hear their destination note and where they are actually singing. So for me, subjectively speaking, there is a vibrato that I think is a little bit too much, where you can't really hear the pitch. I tend to prefer a vibrato that starts after you've heard the initial pitch, so then at least you can relate it to it, rather than going straight into and not actually having the reference point. But anyway, I hope that makes sense, and maybe you guys can recognize the vibrato, the extreme vibrato that I was demonstrating. You might be able to think of some opera singers or classical singers who sound similar to that. But anyway, thank you for that donation, Kay. And we do then have some singing. Obviously, it's only a vocal demonstration, not technically singing, but a stylistic vocalization of the vibrato technique and the difference between subtle in pop music and opera, and then really over-the-top opera, which sometimes you do get as well, which is dramatic, which is the whole point. But thank you, Marge, as well, who has donated $2, and that's a straight-up donation. And Paul has donated £2 as well. Thank you for this, Paul. And the message is, Phil, you've seen any Toya and Fripp vids? Hilarious. So thank you for that. And I don't think I have. I've done, unfortunately, Robert Fripp is one of those guys that I have avoided a little bit on the channel because of the copyrights and all that kind of stuff. And Frippatronics, I did a video on that. I then tried to upload another video that then got blocked as well. And yeah, unfortunately, it's something that one of those. I know that King Crimson as well, people have had a lot of trouble doing videos or analyzing videos. So yeah, the whole copyright thing in general is a bit crazy, but just Fripp in general is one of those guys that I think is very protective of his copyrights, and unfortunately doesn't get a lot of exposure through analysis videos or even the reaction videos because they are so tight and so tightly watched copyright wise. But anyway, thank you, Paul, for that. And Vince has donated $5 as well. Again, thank you for this, Vince. And the message is, Phil, from live chat, JW Langley asked, Phil, have you ever tried a Black Mountain pick I believe they are made in Canada. And to answer that very quickly, no, I have not. So I won't be able to give you any kind of a breakdown or review or analysis of the pick itself. But thank you, Vince, for passing on that question. And I generally only get picks from the UK and just order them in, or when I had the whole Fender endorsement meeting thing, they just gave me a hell of a lot of picks. And here's some evidence of that, because there's just a Fender pick lying around. So I've probably got enough of those to last me a lifetime. But also now I have the special edition Wings of Pegasus picks, so those will last me quite a while as well. And what I do find is that just doing alternate picking, as you guys know, if you do play guitar and you do any deal of alternate picking, that is certainly a technique that's going to wear down your picks. So I tend to go a little bit thick just because of the lack of flexibility with them as well, which is better for alternate picking and playing a little bit faster, but just to make them last a little bit longer. But even having said that, I think my Wings of Pegasus pick is starting to get a little bit rounded because of all of that alternate picking, especially if you start doing on acoustic strings and heavy strings. But anyway, thank you, Vince, for that, and JW Langley for that question. We are going to be jumping into the next video of the night. And by the way, guys, if you haven't typed I agree, then quickly do it now or wait till after this video. We are at almost 1:15 here in the morning, so we're going to be calling it to a close relatively soon. So make sure that you do type I agree. It might be the case, I was going to say that I might be able to keep the live chat room on screen while the video is playing, but this next video is going to be a lyric video of my song called Hero, so it might obliterate the words so that people won't hear it or be able to see what I'm singing when they do hear it. So I will get rid of the live chat room, and we might be able to have a rush before the end of the live stream of people typing an I agree. So just hold off for the moment and type it afterwards if you want to be entered into the pick roulette for next week. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Let me just have a quick jump over to Patreon to see who requested Hero, because it must have been someone, and it was Melissa who requested Hero for tonight. So thank you for that. Also, just scrolling down, Sue has requested Hero. So that's a couple of requests for this one. Thank you guys for doing that. And we will jump into it now. I'll see you guys after this. I hope you enjoy it. And I'll be in the chat room while this is playing. Rock. And there we have it. That was my song called Hero. And you can get that over at wingsofpegasus.com/store. And you can download the whole album called Persistence if you want to, but you can also get each track individually. You can also get it over on iTunes and Amazon, but it's better for me if you go to my website because then I don't have to give away a percentage. So let's get you guys back up on screen, and big shout out everybody. Now is the time, if you haven't already, to type I agree in capital letters to be put on the Pick Roulette wheel for next Saturday. And make sure that if you've typed I agree as Cindy did during that last video, that isn't going to count because Carla can't see it on the screen when she makes a note of all of the names when she watches it again on the catch-up later on. So make sure that you do it now and that your name goes through on this screen with I agree in capital letters. So make sure you do that now because we are almost 1:20 here in the morning. We're going to be wrapping things up really soon. And before we do, let me get the super chat window up on screen because I think we might have been able to get through all of them, and fingers crossed we have. That is going down to the bottom, so I think that is absolutely fine, which means we can now jump into the pictures that I mentioned before, and I've just remembered that we are going to do them. So I almost forgot before the end of the live stream, but it's a good way to finish, to have a look at you guys and have a break from my face on these live streams. So let me get the background up on screen first, and now the live chat room disappears. So everybody, I'm just going to leave it for a bit because I can see that we have a few people going through saying I agree. So thank you everyone for typing I agree, and I don't think we missed anybody when I just put that background up, so we are going to be fine. Just to give you guys a few seconds notice, we're going to look at the pictures now, so don't type I agree from now onwards because the screen's about to disappear in the live chat room. So hold on to your I agrees. There'll be another opportunity right at the end when I'm wrapping stuff up and you can then be entered. But for the moment, stop typing I agree because we're going to be looking at the pictures from Facebook, the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over there. So thank you guys for uploading these. And we do have quite a few tonight because we have Paul, and this is Paul with not only one mug but two mugs, a t-shirt, an album, and a picture and the Wings of Pegasus pick. So I think potentially it's going to be Paul that has the most merchandise because you've got to have won a pick roulette in order to get hold of the picture and the signed pick. So Paul is just showing off all of the merchandise there. Thank you so much, Paul, for uploading that to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And let's get I was going to say let's get Leanne up on screen, but it isn't actually Leanne. It's some guy in the background. I don't know who he is, but we have Angel Kitty, I do believe, who's actually looking at the camera posing. As you guys already know, the live streams are pet friendly and animal friendly, and here obviously we have Angel Kitty saying, look, I'm trying to watch the live stream, put the camera away, you're ruining it all. But thank you, Leanne, so much for uploading that picture and showing the live stream in the background there, literally live. So we now have Deborah, who has accessorized her hat with, I think, the Wings of Pegasus mask. I thought maybe it was the t-shirt that had been folded, but it could be the mask. So thank you, Deborah, so much for uploading that and sending that to me over on Facebook as well. And that's one of those hats that I don't think are sold here in the UK because we don't have the weather for it, but it's one of those hats that I would probably like to get my hands on, as well as a cowboy hat, a traditional cowboy hat would be cool. But anyway, thank you, Deborah, for uploading that one. And we have, this is a custom mask made by Mikey, so thank you so much for that. Also, you can see just at the front of the screen, she's holding her pick roulette pick. So also busting out the rock horns, which we like to see. And we have the Art Not Commerce mask, which isn't an official mask, but it has been made up by Mikey. So thank you so much for that. And we have 2 more pictures to go. Here is Velvet's merchandise all together. We have the hoodie. I think it might be the hoodie in the background. It's very dark on my screen in order to see whether I think it's got long sleeves. So thank you so much for that, Velvet. And also the CD, I think I can see there as well. And it's hooked up to a sound system. And I can see myself on a screen at the front of the screen as well. So we've got lots of screens going on. But thank you, Velvet, for uploading this one. I think this was uploaded quite a while back, but I did miss it. So that was Velvet's merchandise. And also tuning into a live stream live. Thank you for that. And last but not least, we have Billy, who uploaded this picture over on Facebook. So thank you so much for this, Billy. And you might be able to see on the screen that there is the picture and the pic. And this is Third Man Records, which is the record label of Jack White, I do believe. And I'm trying to move this. I shouldn't have moved that because now the likes has got a wonky. But I wanted to try and make it bigger on the screen so that you can maybe see the picture and the pic that is up on the gate. I'm not sure whether it's going to be big enough for you guys to see it. Maybe if I try and make it full screen. Let's see if it zooms in at all. Well, it did it did zoom in, but to the Third Man Records symbol. So never mind, it was worth a try. But thank you so much for that, Billy. I'll go back to the original view so that you can maybe see it. But you can see the pic there, and I think thankfully Billy did not forget the pic and the picture. But thank you so much, all of you, for uploading your pictures to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And that's where you can upload any future pictures of merchandise, or if you are lucky enough to win a pick on the pick roulette, you can upload a picture of yourself with your pick over on the supporters group on Facebook. And just type that up in the search window on Facebook and you'll find the Wings of Pegasus supporters group there. So now, guys, final call for the pick roulette. I agree. And let me just make sure that everything is up on screen and it's fine and that you guys can see the live chat room. So thank you for this, everybody entering the pick roulette and making it such a nice addition to the show. Carla especially for organising it all, putting all those names on the pick roulette wheel. Guys, I'm just going to draw out this last bit of the last part of the live stream so that you guys can post I agree if you want to be having your name on the next pick roulette next Saturday. There is going to be one on Tuesday, as you can see, 10th of November, next pick roulette on Tuesday. So if you did type I agree in Tuesday's live stream, then that is where you can see your name on the screen next Tuesday. So I'm just going to drag this out a little bit. It looks like we are at 397 likes. So we have smashed the likes goal tonight. And we've just had a little bit of action. Actually, a little bit of action twice in the Super Chat window. Black Cougar 1959 has donated $10. Thank you so much for that. And it is a straight up donation. And Michael has donated. Did I mention Mario? It looks like Mario has donated that I haven't seen yet. It didn't show up on the screen, but I'll have a little go back through it, and it might be there that Mario's popped in. So I will get to Michael in a second, but Mario has popped in underneath. Oh, here we go. I think I missed out these ones. So Mario, thank you so much for this $200 donation. Another crazy donation from Mario, but much appreciated. And the message is, great day here in Melbourne today, Phil. Celebrating my newly born grandson's arrival with a smiley face. So massive congratulations to Mario, who is a granddad again. And congratulations to the whole family, but Mario as well. And thank you so much for that donation. And Lucy has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. And the message is, hi, Paul G. Montoya has a YouTube channel that has videos. Great fun, I can contest. So thank you for Lucy and clearing that up from the earlier donation from Paul. And Vince then donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Vince. The message is, the Black Mountain pick is a thumb pick with a hinge and a spring between the pick section and the wraparound part. Not sure what it does though. So thank you for that, Vince. And not something that I've seen, so I can't explain it either, but I'll have to check those out. Black Cougar has donated $10, which I just mentioned. Thank you for that. And Michael has donated $5. Thank you for this, Michael. The message is, hi Phil, I love the analysis videos, Your singing voice reminds me of some Asia tracks. Please check out Deepest End by Government Mule for some great bass. So thank you for that, Michael, and for that suggestion. So it looks like we may have all of our entrants to the pick roulette next week, because we are going to be calling it to a close now. So if you want to be entered into the pick roulette next week, quickly type I agree, because I'm just about to end the live stream and you have to be tuning in to the live stream next week in order to pick up the pick if you do win it, because that is part of those rules and regulations that Carla has put together. And you can head over to the Facebook page, but also the Facebook Wings of Pegasus supporters page, but also wingsofpegasus.com. Go to the live stream section and you'll be able to find all of the information on there. But just make sure that you're tuning in if you've got your name on that wheel, because then if you do win, it can be sent to you. So it looks like this is going to be it. We have reached 402 likes for the live stream. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. Thank you just for joining me full stop on these live streams, because as you guys know, I used to live stream to maybe 1 or 2 people, which was great, but it's great to have a community of wingers here in the live chat room for these live streams. So thank you everyone for that. We are going to be calling it to a close now, so I hope you have all typed your I agree, and hopefully we will have a few names and a winner next week as well that does join in and actually be in the live chat room, so we can get a winner in there. So really last call now for the I agrees. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you moderators again, massive thank you for keeping the community just in line. Not that I think they need a lot of policing in the live chat room, but thank you everyone also for your donations in the super chat window, and for liking, commenting and subscribing to the channel, just for checking out the analysis videos, the cover videos and all of the videos that I do here that are possible because of these people at the bottom of the screen. Thank you guys, you know who you are. I will see you guys again live on Tuesday night, where we will be having another pick roulette, so look out for that. There's going to be another analysis video released tomorrow night, as well as Thursday night as well. I will be recording the In at the Deep End video on Wednesday night. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to just set that in stone, because it is penciled in at the moment. But I'll let you guys know over on Patreon when the next In at the Deep End video is going to be released. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm calling this to a close now, and I hope you guys are going to be tuning in next week for the pick roulette. But if you don't, I will see you on Tuesday night if you can make it, and I'm always in the comments of the YouTube videos, so I will see you there on tomorrow night's analysis video. So have a great weekend guys, stay safe wherever you are, wear those masks if that's what your government is telling you to do. If you are on lockdown, then just try and keep yourself as entertained as possible. Just watch lots of YouTube videos and maybe play a guitar or learn to play the guitar. Just you can maybe start to learn a new skill during the lockdown period. But if you are in a lockdown state, then just pretty much try and stay as safe as possible, wear those masks and keep socially distanced, all of that stuff. I'll see you guys in the next live stream or in the comment section of the next analysis video. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys then. Rock!